those are really good everyday tips on awareness that we may not even think about.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really important.
What stood out to you when we had talked about it before?
Um, More of the awareness of just kind of looking around at my surroundings
Mm-hmm.
and just taking the time to just kind of scope it. Sometimes we do things so automatically, and we think that we're safe.
Mm-hmm.
We walk around, and I would say most of the times we are,
Mm-hmm.
but it wouldn't hurt, and it could help if we just took a minute to just kind of check our surroundings
Yeah.
and make sure that we can hear and see things,
Yeah.
so that we can react.
Yeah. Also, another huge thing is following your gut instinct. If something is telling you that there's, something inside is just not feeling quite right about something, like something's off about that person, or something's not feeling right about this particular situation, always follow your gut instinct and get away from that situation as fast as you can, or that person. Like that gut instinct is there for a reason. It's kept us safe for thousands of years. It's built into us to keep us safe. And modern society keeps teaching women to, be nice, to not want to offend people, to not seem like I'll say witch, and trying putting other people's feelings before ourselves is getting us hurt and killed. So like if some guy is giving you like the creep, just that creepy vibe, you listen to it, and it's okay to step back and say, hey, I'm not feeling comfortable, please back up and walk away from the situation, or do whatever you need to do, without worrying about like looking bad or like looking paranoid or whatever. So what? You do what you got to do to keep you safe, and following your instinct is like number one, really, and that comes with the awareness. If you're paying attention to things, your gut instinct will warn you, and listen to it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. You may have touched on this before, but let me ask again. Why is it important to train in self-defense, even for those of us who've never been in a situation or needing it, or maybe have some body or health problems? You kind of touched on that a little bit before, but can you go into a little bit more?
Yeah. It's good to have a plan ahead of time, so that if you're ever in a situation, you're less likely to freeze. Because like our natural instinct when something comes up, it's like either fight, flight, or freeze. And pretty much the most common one is freezing. That a lot of people freeze. I personally have before I started training, which is a big reason why I did start training, was because I didn't want to freeze like I had froze before in that situation. And so it's a matter of training in a safe place where like, because the adrenaline's pumping, if you're being attacked, the adrenaline's going, and your brain goes blank, and it's just like, it's the natural instinct of whatever happens. The good thing about training is you're in a safe place, you're coming up with a plan ahead of time, you're physically moving and mentally processing the things that you can do. So that's like already in there. So if you are to ever be in a situation, you're more likely to be able to react faster, and to actually like follow through with it, and be less likely to just have your mind go completely blank and freeze.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've mentioned a safety plan a couple of times. What is a safety plan, and why is it important to have?
A safety plan is huge because, again, it's something that's already in place. So when you're in the moment and you're panicking, you've already thought about it. So, like, I have a safety plan that I have for people that are in abusive situations. So, and really, the safety plan can be used for anything. So that's the good thing about it. It's for anything. It can be used for, a fire. It can be, excuse me, it can be used for an earthquake, hurricane, wherever, any kind of natural disaster, as well as if somebody's abusing you, as well as if some random person breaks into your house and tries to hurt you. It can be used in any kind of situation where you need to get out of your house quickly. So so the safety plan, like, that I have typed out, it's a suggested guide. Ultimately, it's up to you to decide what's best for you and how you want to apply it. So so there are tips in there, on what to pack in your safety bag, the things that, like, if you had to grab it and run, what's going to be in it, where are you going to run, what are your escape routes within your house or your apartment, what streets are you taking to be able to get away, where are you going, who is on your list of people to contact in case something's happening. Where's your nearest police station? Like, if you just moved somewhere, do you know where the nearest rape crisis center is? Do you know where the nearest domestic violence center is? The police department, that sort of thing. So it's having all of that set up ahead of time, knowing that if I need to get out of my house, I'm going out this room, going down this street, I'm going to this location, I'm talking to this person so that they know what's going on. And so in the event, if anything happens, you're not just sitting there going, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go, it helps eliminate or lessen that, because it's already there. Yeah. So this is all about being prepared and not paranoid. Yeah. I do want to do that distinction too, because some people think that this is all about being in fear and being paranoid that something could happen and this and that. No, it's eliminating that by being prepared and being aware. So you don't have to be afraid of anything. You're already prepared and aware. So what's there to be afraid of? Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here, we both live in Southern California. And so, some of the natural disasters, we are more familiar with in terms of earthquakes and fires. And just last month, I had to deal with evacuating, and I knew I had my my box, packed already, and where I knew where I was going. So when I think about it, that was my prep plan that I had in place.
Yeah.
And it's something we all need. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. And when it comes to, like, the self-defense stuff, is like, knowing that you have something that you can use as a weapon if you need to in every room of your house, whatever that may look like to you. So you have your bag packed, that's great, and then so you can use that if anybody broke in, to your house. And then, okay, so what do I have next to me? Like, oh, I have my walking stick right here, or, oh, I have my cane right here, or, oh, here's a pen. I can do some damage with a pen, that's part of the safety plan as well.
Okay, great. Well, Zen, you have certainly given us a lot of information and a lot to think about. And there may be some people out here who want to get in contact with you, want more information. So how can they do that?
Well, I am on Instagram and Facebook under Zen Fu. That's Zen and then FU. It sounds terrible when I say that, but it's because I do Kung Fu, so, and I have my email address that they can email me. That's connect.with.zen@gmail.com.
Okay, so I'm going to post that, on my feed on Instagram as well as on Facebook, so that those of you that want to contact Zen, you have her contact information, and I urge you to do that. And I know that you've got a free gift for people, right?
Yeah, the safety plan that I was talking about, I have that available. I think that that is something that everyone needs and can benefit from. So, so yeah, it is, when I typed it up, it is from the perspective of having an abuser or an attacker in your home. If, if that doesn't apply to you, that's fine. I can edit it as well too. But yeah, it is from that perspective, but there's a lot of really good information in it for everybody.
Okay, well, great. Well, Zen, I want to thank you so much for being with us today and giving us some valuable information about an element of self-care that we don't always think about.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very
Yeah,
much. Have a great day, Zen.
you too. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.